Have you ever wondered why some things simply slip through your fingers, even when you do everything to hold on to them? What if I told you that everything leaving your life right now isn't a loss, but rather divine preparation for something extraordinary that's about to arrive? Libra, this video will reveal the spiritual truth about what's really happening to you right now. It's no coincidence that you're watching this now. The universe has a unique way of guiding each of us to the messages we need to hear. And you've been guided here for a very specific reason. That feeling of emptiness you've been experiencing, that impression that you're losing people, opportunities, or even parts of yourself. All of this is part of a bigger plan that you can't yet fully see. But I'm going to show you exactly what's happening behind the scenes of your life. You know, when you look back and realize that some doors closed so definitively that you didn't even get to say goodbye properly? Or when relationships that seemed eternal simply crumbled like sand through your fingers? Well, there's a divine reason for each of these goodbyes. And what you're about to discover will completely transform the way you see everything that's happening. Stay until the end because I'm going to reveal the 10 spiritual signs that show God is making a divine replacement in your life. And you'll understand why each loss was necessary to make room for much greater blessings. First revelation: the sacred space being created in your life. Libra, you need to understand something fundamental about how the universe works in your favor. There's a spiritual law that many people are unaware of, but it's operating in your life right now. This law states that nothing can enter a space that is already occupied. Think about it for a moment. Imagine your life as a house. Each room in that house represents an area of your existence. There's the room for relationships, the room for career, the room for friendships, the room for projects and dreams. Now, what happens when all these rooms are completely full of old, broken things that no longer serve you? There's no space left for the new to enter, is there? And that's exactly what the divine is doing in your life right now. It's creating sacred space. That job you lost that left you desperate? That relationship that ended and broke your heart? That friendship that drifted away without explanation? All of that is being removed because it was occupying space that belongs to something infinitely better. Do you know what the biggest mistake people make is when something leaves their lives? They desperately try to recover what's gone, instead of looking ahead and realizing what's coming. It's like you're tightly holding a penny, while someone is trying to hand you $100 bill. But your hands are so busy holding that little coin that you don't even notice the greater blessing that's right there, waiting for you to make room to receive it. And you know what's even more incredible? The universe never ever takes something from you without having something better prepared. This isn't just a pretty comforting phrase. This is a proven spiritual truth in the lives of millions of people throughout history. Think about how many times you've looked back and thanked God for not having achieved something you so desperately wanted in the past. How many times have you said that classic phrase, "Thank goodness that didn't work out because if it had, I wouldn't be where I am today"? Well, that's happening again now. Only this time you're experiencing the middle ground, that uncomfortable moment between loss and achievement. That empty space that hurts, that causes anguish, that makes you question everything. But this emptiness is sacred, Libra. This emptiness is the womb where your greatest miracles are being gestated. You need to stop trying to fill this void with anything just to avoid discomfort. Stop going back to people who don't deserve you just because loneliness weighs you down. Stop accepting crumbs in relationships because having someone seems better than having no one. Stop settling for half of what you deserve just because you're afraid of having nothing. Because when you do that, when you fill the sacred space with anything, you block the entrance to what was truly prepared for you. It's like planting bad seeds in fertile ground just because you're eager to see something grow. But the divine knows its timing. God knows exactly when each blessing needs to arrive in your life. And at this moment, the work being done is one of cleansing, purification, and preparation. A clean, organized, energetically aligned space is being created to receive blessings you can't even imagine exist. Furthermore, this process is not random. Everything that left your life was carefully selected by the universe to be removed. Nothing was by chance, nothing was by bad luck. Everything has a divine purpose that is beyond your current understanding. So, instead of questioning why you are missing out on so much, start being grateful for the space that is being opened up. Be grateful for the cleansing that is happening. Because very soon, that space will be filled with people, opportunities, and achievements so great that you will look back and say, "Now I understand why I needed to go through all that." Second revelation: losses that are actually protections in disguise. Now pay close attention to what I'm about to reveal, because this could completely change how you see everything that has happened to you. Not everything that seems like a loss is truly a loss. In fact, often what you call a loss is the greatest protection you could receive. Let me explain this very clearly. Imagine you're walking down a road and suddenly someone pushes you roughly to the side. You fall, get hurt, and get angry at that person. But when you get up and look, you realize there was a huge hole right in front of you, and if you had taken one more step, you would have fallen into it and been hurt much worse. That push that seemed like aggression was actually salvation. And that's exactly how many losses work in your life. That relationship that ended painfully was leading you down a path of much greater suffering. That job you lost was slowly destroying your mental health. That friendship that drifted away was draining your energy and preventing you from growing. But you couldn't see it at the time because you were too involved, too attached, too blind to reality. So the universe had to intervene. And do you know how the universe intervenes? By creating situations that force the end of what is no longer meant for you. And no, it's not because you're not good enough or because you don't deserve it. It's exactly the opposite. It's because you deserve so much more. And the divine is protecting you from wasting more time, more energy, more life on what wasn't on your true path. Libra, you have a natural tendency to cling to people and situations, especially when you've already invested a lot of time and energy in them. You think, but I've already given so much of myself to this, how can I just let go? And it's exactly this thought that traps you in cycles that should have already ended. You remain stuck in the past, in what you invested, in what you built, without realizing that you are building on shifting ground. But God, the universe, divine energy, call it what you will, doesn't allow you to get completely lost. There comes a moment when divine protection acts, and it acts definitively. And usually this action seems cruel at the moment, seems unfair, seems like a punishment. But with time, when the dust settles and you can see clearly, you realize it was a gift. Think of all the situations in your life that ended abruptly and left you devastated. Now think about how many of those situations, looking back today, you realize the end was a blessing. How many times have you been grateful that something didn't work out? How many times have you said, thank goodness it didn't work out because today I see it wasn't the best for me. This is not a coincidence. This is divine protection working in your life, even when you don't understand, even when you resist, even when you cry and beg for things to go back to the way they were. And there's more. Sometimes protection comes not through the end of something bad, but through the impossibility of starting something that would be even worse. How many times have you wanted something very much, fought for it, and it simply didn't happen? And you were frustrated, feeling rejected, feeling like the universe was against you. But what if I told you that the universe was protecting you from something that would have caused you much more pain? That job you wanted so badly but couldn't get. And then you found out the company went bankrupt or the environment was toxic. That relationship you longed for, but the person didn't reciprocate. And then you saw that person wasn't who you thought they were. That investment you were going to make but something prevented. And then you discovered that many people lost money on it. All of this is protection disguised as rejection. So stop feeling rejected when something doesn't work out. Start being grateful for the protection you're receiving. Be grateful for the no's that saved you from future regrets. Be grateful for the doors that closed because they prevented you from entering places that weren't meant for you. Third revelation. The divine pattern of substitution that is active. There's a spiritual pattern happening in your life right now that very few people know or understand. This pattern is called divine substitution, and when you understand how it works, your entire perspective on losses and gains is completely transformed. I'll explain exactly how it operates. The universe works through cycles and patterns. Nothing is random, nothing is by chance. There is a divine order in everything, even when it seems like chaos to you. And one of the most powerful patterns is the pattern of substitution. It works like this. First comes removal, then comes emptiness, and then comes substitution. Many people give up halfway through the process in the emptiness phase because they think that emptiness is the final state. But it isn't. Emptiness is just the intermediate phase. It's the necessary pause between the old and the new. Think about how changing clothes works. You need to take off the old clothes first, right? And there's that moment when you're completely naked, vulnerable, exposed. But that moment doesn't last forever. It's just the necessary transition for you to put on the new clothes. But imagine if you refuse to take off your old clothes because you're afraid of that moment of vulnerability. You would be stuck in those clothes forever, never experiencing the new. And that's exactly what many people do with their lives. They refuse to let go of the old because they're afraid of the void, the unknown, the vulnerability. But Libra, you are being called to trust this process. You are being called to embrace the void as a natural part of transformation. Because on the other side of that void there is something so great, so perfect, so aligned with your purpose that it will be worth every second of uncertainty you are experiencing now. And you know what's most fascinating about this pattern? The replacement is never the same as what was removed. It is always superior, always more aligned, always more suitable for who you are becoming. Because you are no longer the same person you were when that entered your life. You have grown, evolved, learned, transformed. And everything that was suitable for the old version of you no longer serves the current version. That's why the universe is making this update. It's removing everything that was compatible with your old version and preparing everything that's compatible with your new and improved version. It's like when you upgrade your phone and need to uninstall old apps that no longer work on the new system version. Those apps worked before, but now they just take up space and slow everything down. So you need to remove them so the system works better. And then you install new, more modern, more efficient apps that work perfectly with your new version. Your life works the same way. The people, situations, jobs, habits that worked for the old version of you no longer work for who you are becoming. They need to go. And yes, it will hurt. Because change always hurts a little. Growth is always uncomfortable. Transformation always requires you to leave something behind. But the pain is temporary. Growth is permanent. And what's coming is eternal. So trust the process. Trust the divine timing. Trust that everything is being orchestrated perfectly for your highest good. Even when it doesn't make sense. Even when it seems unfair. Even when your heart is broken. There is a bigger plan underway, and you are exactly where you need to be right now. Before I continue revealing the next secrets about what the universe is preparing for you, I need to ask you something very important. If this message is touching your heart, if you feel that these words were made especially for you, then become part of this spiritual community. Subscribe to the channel now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any messages the universe has for you. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Right. I'm here. I'm receiving this message. I'm trusting the process. Because when you declare this publicly, you activate a very powerful manifestation energy. And if these messages have made a difference in your life, consider becoming a channel member. Your support allows this work to continue reaching thousands of people who need this light. You can't imagine the difference your support makes. Now let's continue with the revelations that will change your life. Fourth revelation. The subtle signs that show the arrival of the new. Have you been paying attention to the signs? Because while you're focused on what you've lost, the universe is sending you subtle signals of what's coming. But you need trained eyes to perceive them, because these signs don't come in obvious ways. They appear as small whispers, small movements, small synchronicities that most people ignore. Let me teach you how to recognize these signs so you know you're on the right path. The first sign is the repetition of numbers. Have you been seeing numbers constantly repeating? Like 11 and 11, 12 and 12, 2 and 22? These numbers are not a coincidence. They are angelic messages telling you that you are aligned with your divine path. Each number carries a specific vibration, and when they appear repeatedly, it's because the universe is trying to capture your attention. It's as if it's saying, "Look here, pay attention. Something important is happening behind the scenes of your life." The second sign is meeting new people who enter your life unexpectedly. Suddenly you meet someone who says exactly what you needed to hear. Or someone presents you with an opportunity out of nowhere. Or you make a connection that opens doors you didn't even know existed. These people are divinely sent. They don't arrive by chance. They are part of the replacement that is happening. They are the new connections that come to occupy the space left by the old ones. The third sign is vivid dreams. Have you been having more intense dreams lately? Dreams that seem very real, that stay in your memory all day after you wake up? These dreams are messages from your higher self, from your intuition, from the divine. They are showing you the future that is being built. They are preparing you energetically for what is coming. That's why you need to pay attention to them. Write them down, reflect on them. The fourth sign is a change in your desires and tastes. Suddenly things you always liked no longer interest you. People you always wanted around no longer attract you. Places you always frequented no longer call to you. This is not depression. It's not you becoming boring or demanding. This is a raising of frequency. You are vibrating at a different frequency now. and therefore things that vibrated at the old frequency no longer resonate with you. This is a clear sign that you are evolving and preparing to receive things that vibrate at your new frequency. The fifth sign is a feeling of restlessness. You feel you need to change something but don't know exactly what. You feel you are in the wrong place even without a logical reason. You feel you need to do something different but don't know what. This restlessness is your soul pushing you forward. It is your spirit recognizing that the change has already begun internally and now needs to manifest externally. Don't ignore this restlessness. It is a gift. The sixth sign is opportunities that appear out of nowhere. A job opening you weren't even looking for. An invitation to something that could change your life. A brilliant idea that suddenly pops into your mind. A message from someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. All of this is doors opening. These are the first glimpses of divine replacement manifesting on the physical plane. The seventh sign is the natural distancing from toxic situations. You realize that certain people have simply stopped contacting you. There are certain places you no longer feel like going. You've abandoned certain habits without even realizing it. This isn't isolation. This is automatic purification. The universe is automatically removing everything that no longer resonates with your new frequency. And the eighth sign, perhaps the most important of all, is the inner peace that begins to emerge even amidst the chaos. You don't have everything resolved yet. There are still uncertainties, still confusing things in your life. But within you, an inexplicable peace begins to grow. A certainty that everything will be all right even without knowing how. A confidence in the process even without seeing the result. This peace is the signature of the divine. It's God saying, "You can rest, I'm taking care of everything." When you begin to feel this peace, you know that the replacement is complete on higher planes and is about to manifest on the physical plane. So pay attention to these signs, Libra. They are happening in your life now, showing you that you are not losing anything. You are simply making space to receive everything. Fifth revelation, the divine timing you need to respect. Now let's talk about one of the hardest aspects to accept in this whole process. Divine timing. Because it's one thing to understand that something better is coming. It's quite another to have the patience to wait for that something to arrive. And it's in this waiting that many people give up, back down, or worse, try to force things at the wrong time. Let me tell you a truth that may be hard to swallow but that you need to hear. Everything in your life has a right time to happen. And this time is not determined by you, by your anxiety, by your will, or by your desperation. This time is determined by a greater wisdom that knows all the factors involved in the equation of your life. Do you know why you can't rush the process? Because you don't see everything that needs to be aligned for what you want to manifest in the right way. You only see your need, your desire, your urgency. But the universe sees the complete picture. It sees all the people who need to be in the right place. It sees all the circumstances that need to align. It sees all the internal preparation that still needs to happen. It's like a little plant growing. You can water it, you can give it sunlight, you can take care of the soil. But you can't pull the little plant upwards to make it grow faster. If you do that, you'll rip out the root and kill the plant. It needs to grow in its own time, following the natural rhythm of nature. And your life works exactly the same way. You can do your part, you can plant the right seeds, you can water with the right actions, you can position yourself in the best possible soil. But growth happens in its own time, not in the time you want. And do you know what happens when you try to force it? When you try to manipulate it? When you try to rush it? You disrupt the process. You interfere with the natural flow of things. And then what could happen in 6 months ends up taking 2 years because you were rowing against the tide. Libra, you need to learn to dance with the universe, not fight against it. You need to learn to flow with the river, not try to swim against the current. Because the current will always take you where you need to be, but only if you allow it. If you keep fighting, you'll only get tired and end up in the same place anyway, just exhausted. And there's another important thing about divine timing. Sometimes the delay isn't because you're not ready. Sometimes it's because the other party involved isn't ready yet. That love of your life that hasn't appeared yet? Maybe they're going through a healing process right now so they can meet you healed too. That dream job that hasn't materialized yet? Maybe the position hasn't been created at the company yet. That opportunity you're waiting for? Maybe the person who will open that door for you is being prepared now. You don't control other people's time. You don't control external circumstances. You only control yourself. So focus on what's within your reach. Your growth, your evolution, your preparation. And trust that while you're doing your part, the universe is doing its part, aligning everything behind the scenes. And furthermore, waiting time is never wasted time. During this period between loss and replacement, you are being worked on. You are being molded. You are being prepared. You are being refined. Because the version of you that will receive the blessing needs to be different from the version that lost what it had before. If you were the same, you would probably repeat the same patterns and lose again. So the universe uses this waiting time to transform you, to break old patterns, to heal old wounds, to develop qualities you didn't yet have, to strengthen weak areas of your personality. When the blessing finally arrives, you will be a completely different person from who you were when it all began. And then you will be ready to receive, value, and maintain what is coming. So stop fighting with time. Stop looking at the clock and questioning why it's taking so long. Use this time to your advantage. Learn what you need to learn. Heal what needs healing. Grow what needs growing. And when the right moment arrives, you will look back and be grateful for each day of waiting, because it was this time that prepared you for the magnitude of the blessing that has arrived. Sixth revelation, the right people who are on their way. Let's talk about something that will deeply touch your heart. The people who left your life made room for the right people to enter. And those right people are already on their way. Some are already in your life, but you haven't realized it yet. Others are being prepared to meet you at the perfect moment. Let me explain something about human connections that will make everything make sense. Every person who comes into your life has a purpose. Some come to teach. Others come to heal. Some come to challenge you to grow. And others come to stay forever. The problem is that often you cling to the wrong people, trying to turn a temporary connection into a permanent one. You try to make someone who came only to teach you something stay forever. But that wasn't their purpose. And when you try to force someone to be what they are not, you prevent the right person from appearing. Think about it. If you're spending all your energy trying to make the wrong relationship work, you don't have the energy available to attract the right relationship. If you're stuck in toxic friendships, you don't create space for true friendships. If you're accepting crumbs from someone, you can't receive the banquet that another person wants to offer you. The people who are arriving now are different from those who left. They vibrate at a different frequency. They have values aligned with yours. They are on the same level of consciousness as you. They value what you have to offer, and they have to offer exactly what you need. These people will make you realize how little you were settling for. They will show you what it's like to be truly valued. They will make you understand what true reciprocity is. And you will wonder how you accepted so little for so long. But do you know why you accepted it? Because you hadn't yet encountered this new, improved version of human connections. You only knew that level of relationship, so you thought it was normal. But now that you have evolved, that you have grown, that you have transformed, you are ready to experience connections on a completely different level. And there's something beautiful about these new people. They will come into your life easily. It won't be the struggle you were used to. It won't be that struggle of trying to prove your worth. It won't be that anguish of doubting your feelings. With the right people, everything flows. Not because there are no challenges, but because there is true compatibility. There is mutual respect. There is genuine interest. There is willingness on both sides. You will look back and realize how tiring it was to try to make things work with those who weren't aligned. How exhausting all that emotional negotiation was. How frustrating it was not to be reciprocated with the same intensity. And then you will be grateful for those people leaving. You will be grateful for every door that closed. Because every closed door was a divine redirection, moving you away from the wrong and closer to the right. And let me tell you something that will bring hope to your heart. You already know some of these right people. They are already in your life, but you hadn't noticed because you were too focused on who left. Sometimes the person who will transform your life is right beside you, offering genuine friendship, and you didn't realize it because you were looking at those who ignored you. So open your eyes. Look around. Who is truly present in your life? Who appears without you having to beg? Who values you without you having to prove it? Who supports you without you having to convince them? These people are gifts from the universe that you were ignoring. And other right people will appear at unexpected moments. You will meet someone in a random place. You will reconnect with someone from the past at the perfect time. You will receive a message from someone that will change everything. Pay attention because the universe is creative in the ways it connects the right people. So stop chasing those who left. Stop trying to win back those who didn't want to stay. Stop begging for attention from those who don't value you. Turn the page. Look ahead. Open your heart to the new connections that are coming, because the right people are on their way, and they are worth much more than everything you lost. Seventh revelation. The opportunities hidden behind closed doors. Every door that closed in your life wasn't an end. It was a redirection. And on the other side of those closed doors, even greater opportunities await you to discover. But to see those opportunities, you need to stop looking at the closed door and start looking for the windows that have opened. Let me explain something fundamental about how the universe works. When God closes a door, He opens many windows. The problem is that most people sit in front of the closed door, crying, lamenting, trying to break down that door. And meanwhile, the open windows remain there, offering exits, offering new paths, but being completely ignored. Libra, you need to make a conscious choice now. Will you continue looking at what closed, or will you start looking for what is opening? Because the opportunities are there all around you, waiting for you to have eyes to see. I'm going to tell you about the types of opportunities that appear after losses so you can be attentive and not let them pass. First, professional opportunities that you would never have had if you had stayed in your old job. Because you were so stuck in that routine that you couldn't see other possibilities. Now that you've been forced to leave, you're compelled to look around. And suddenly you realize areas that have always interested you but you never considered. You realize talents of yours that were being wasted. You realize you can do something completely different and much more rewarding. Second, opportunities for self-discovery that only appear when you're alone. When you had that relationship, that friendship, that group, you defined yourself through them. But now that they're absent, you're forced to ask yourself, who am I when I'm alone? What do I really like? What are my true values? This time alone isn't loneliness. It's an encounter with yourself. It's a rediscovery of your essence. Third, opportunities to develop new skills. Because when you had someone doing certain things for you, you never learned. But now that you have to do it alone, you discover abilities you didn't even know you had. You discover you're stronger than you thought, more capable than you imagined, more independent than you believed. Fourth, opportunities to heal old wounds you've been ignoring. Recent losses often reopen old wounds that have never been treated. And as much as it hurts, it's a golden opportunity. Because now you can finally truly heal it, instead of just putting on band-aids that hide but don't solve the problem. Fifth, opportunities to reorganize your life according to your real priorities. When you had too much going on, you lived on autopilot. But now that much has been removed, you have a chance to consciously rebuild. To choose what comes back into your life and what doesn't. To create a life more aligned with who you really are. Sixth, opportunities to invest in yourself. The time you spent with the wrong people can now be invested in your growth. The money you spent trying to impress someone can now be used for your development. The energy you wasted on draining relationships can now be directed towards your dreams. And seventh, opportunities to create a completely new story. Because you are no longer stuck in the old script. You can start from scratch. You can reinvent yourself. You can try things you've never tried. You can become someone you never dared to be before. This freedom is scary, but it's also incredibly powerful. So stop seeing your losses as sad endings. See them as prologues to incredible chapters. As necessary closures to phases that have already fulfilled their purpose. As springboards launching you to higher levels. The opportunities are all there. Some are obvious. Others are hidden, waiting for you to discover them. But they all exist and are available to you. The only question is, will you take advantage of them, or will you let them pass by because you're too busy lamenting what you've lost? The choice is yours, but know that the universe has already done its part, opening up all these possibilities. Now it's your turn to do your part and walk through them. Eighth revelation. The inner transformation that is happening silently. While you're focused on external changes, on the people who left, on the situations that ended, something much deeper is happening inside you. A silent transformation, invisible to the outside eye, but extremely powerful. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. Every loss you've faced has broken an old part of you. Every goodbye has removed a piece of your old identity. Every ending has destroyed beliefs you held about yourself and about life. And you might be thinking, but this is bad, this is destroying me. But it's not destruction. It's deconstruction. It's the removal of false layers you've built up over the years. It's the dismantling of masks you wore to protect yourself or to fit in. It's the dissolution of versions of yourself that weren't really you. Think of it this way. You are like a marble sculpture. And the sculptor, which is life itself, is removing everything that isn't you to reveal who you truly are. Every blow of the chisel hurts. Every piece that comes loose feels like a loss. But in reality, it's revelation. It's discovery. It's a manifestation of your true essence that was hidden beneath all those layers. And do you know the most beautiful part of this inner transformation? You are becoming more authentic, more truthful, more aligned with your soul. Because when you lose the external things you used to define yourself, you are forced to find who you are inside. When you lose the people who validated you, you are forced to find internal validation. When you lose the situations that gave you purpose, you are forced to find purpose within yourself. This is the greatest transformation a human being can undergo. The transformation from dependent to self-sufficient, from emptiness to fullness, from needy to complete. And you are going through it now, even if you don't fully realize it. Every day you survive without what you thought was essential, you discover you are stronger than you imagined. Every night you sleep alone and wake up the next day, you prove to yourself that you can do it. Every decision you make without the opinion of those who always guided you, you develop your own inner compass. And there's more. This inner transformation is changing your energetic vibration. You are literally becoming a different person on an energetic level. And when your energy changes, everything around you needs to reorganize to align with this new frequency. That's why old people can no longer stay in your life. They vibrate at the frequency of your old self. And now that you are vibrating differently, they either evolve along with you or naturally drift away. It's not rejection. It's vibrational incompatibility. It's like trying to connect devices with different voltages. It simply doesn't work. You need a transformer or you need to change the device. And the universe is taking care of changing the devices. It's bringing people, situations, and opportunities that vibrate at the same frequency as your new and improved version. This inner transformation is also changing your desires. You realize you want different things now, that your dreams have evolved, that your ambitions have changed. This doesn't mean you're losing yourself. It means you're finding your true self. You're discovering what really matters to you, not what you've been taught should matter. And that clarity is pure gold. Because now you can consciously direct your life towards what you truly want, not what others want from you or for you. You are freeing yourself from external expectations, from social pressures, from patterns that never made sense to you but that you followed just to fit in. You are freeing yourself, and that, Libra, is the greatest gift these losses could give you. So while you worry about what you're losing out there, celebrate what you're gaining in here. Inner strength, clarity, authenticity, emotional independence, deep self-knowledge. These are riches that no one can take away from you. They are permanent achievements that will serve you for the rest of your life. And when everything new finally arrives, you will be ready not only externally, but especially internally. And that is the difference between receiving a blessing and being able to keep it. Ninth revelation, the abundance that is being released to you. Now we arrive at an exciting part of this journey. Let's talk about abundance. Because everything being removed from your life is making room not only for equivalent things, but for multiplied abundance. The universe doesn't work on the basis of fair exchange. The universe works on the basis of multiplication. Let me explain what that means in practice. When you plant a seed, you don't just harvest one seed back. You harvest an entire tree that produces thousands of seeds. That's the logic of the universe. Multiplication, expansion, abundance. And that's exactly how it's working in your life right now. You lost a job? The next one will pay you double. You lost a relationship? The next one will love you 10 times better. You lost a friendship? 5 true friends will come along. That's divine mathematics. But there's an important detail you need to understand. This abundance doesn't come from the same place where what you lost came from. It comes from new sources, from unexpected paths, from directions you weren't even looking at. That's why you can't stay focused on where the loss came from, expecting replacement to come from there. If you lost a job, financial abundance may come from starting your own business. If you lost a love, new love may arrive through a friend who introduces you to someone. If you missed an opportunity, the next one may arise from a casual conversation with a stranger. The universe is infinitely creative. So keep your eyes open and your mind flexible. Abundance is coming, but perhaps not in the way you imagine. And you know what's most fascinating? Abundance isn't just material. It's not just money, relationships, or professional opportunities. It's an abundance of peace, of joy, of purpose, of meaning, of freedom. You will realize you feel lighter, that you smile more, that you sleep better, that you have more energy. This is the abundance of quality of life, and it is as valuable as material abundance. In fact, it is the basis for attracting sustainable material abundance, because you cannot maintain external wealth when you are internally poor. You cannot maintain healthy relationships when you are emotionally ill. You cannot maintain professional success when you are mentally exhausted. So the universe first works on internal abundance. It fills you with peace, self-esteem, clarity, and strength. And when you are overflowing internally, external abundance comes naturally as a reflection of what you already are inside. And there's something else about abundance that will change your perspective. Abundance isn't about having everything. It's about having what's right for you. You can have fewer things than you had before and still be living in abundance, because now everything you have is aligned with your truth. A life with 10 commitments a week that drain you isn't abundance, it's overload. A life with 3 commitments a week that fill you with energy, that's abundance. A social circle of 50 people you need to impress isn't abundance, it's exhaustion. A circle of 5 people who accept you as you are, that's abundance. So don't confuse quantity with abundance. True abundance is quality. It's alignment. It's deep satisfaction with what you have, because it's exactly what your soul asked for. And that abundance is being built for you now. Every wrong piece that goes out creates space for a right piece to come in. And when all the right pieces are in place, you'll look at your life and recognize. This is true abundance. This is true prosperity. Not the prosperity that society sells, but the prosperity that the soul recognizes. So get ready. Prepare your heart to receive. Prepare your mind to manage. Prepare your life to accommodate. Because the abundance that is coming is greater than you are used to. And you need to be ready not only to receive but to sustain, multiply, and share. Because true abundance is not meant to be hoarded. It is meant to flow through you, blessing you in the process and overflowing to bless others as well. 10th revelation. The glorious future that is already guaranteed. We've reached the final revelation, and it's powerful enough to change your entire present. I'm going to tell you something that your logical mind might have difficulty accepting, but your heart will recognize as truth. Your glorious future already exists. It's not something that might happen. It's not something you need to hope will happen. It's already guaranteed. It's already created. It's already waiting for you to reach it at the right time. Let me explain how this works. In the spiritual world, in the realm of possibilities, everything already exists simultaneously. Your past, your present, your future. And there's a timeline where you're living your best life. Where you have everything you've ever wanted. Where you are everything you've ever dreamed of being. Where you are fulfilled, complete, happy, abundant. That version of your life already exists. And every choice you make, every thought you have, every action you take, is bringing you closer to or further away from that timeline. And everything that's happening now, all these losses, all these transformations are course corrections. They are adjustments to put you back on the path that leads to that glorious future. Because you had strayed. You had entered parallel paths that seemed good, but didn't lead you where you needed to go. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, created situations that forced you to leave those wrong paths and enter the right one. So everything you are going through is not punishment. It's redirection. It's not loss. It's alignment. It's not the end. It's a new beginning in the right direction. And do you know how you can be sure that this glorious future is already guaranteed? By the simple fact that you are still here. You are still alive. You are still breathing. You still have the strength to continue even after everything. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is purpose. You have a purpose to fulfill. You have a mission to accomplish. You have a destiny to reach. And nothing that happened was strong enough to destroy you because you are indestructible until you fulfill your mission. So when you look at all the suffering you went through and realize that you are still here standing strong, that is proof that there is something greater waiting for you. Something worth all the pain. Something that justifies all the waiting. Something that will make perfect sense when it arrives. And it will arrive. It's not a question of if. It's a question of when. And the when is determined by your readiness. By the completion of your preparation. By the completion of your transformation. When you are ready, everything will manifest. And you are getting ready every day. With every lesson learned. with every wound healed, with every pattern broken, with every truth discovered about yourself. You are approaching the version of yourself that is ready to live that glorious future. And let me tell you something that will fill your heart with hope. Many people who have reached their glorious future report the same thing. When they got there, they realized that all the losses of the past were necessary, that every person who left needed to leave, that every door that closed needed to close, that if anything had been different, they wouldn't be where they are. You will experience this same revelation. One day you will look back and be grateful for every no you received, for every rejection you felt, for every loss you cried over, because each one of them was a necessary step on the ladder that brought you to the top. Your glorious future is not a fantasy. It's not empty wishful thinking. It's a spiritual reality awaiting physical manifestation. And all you need to do is stay on the path. Keep trusting. Keep growing. Keep healing. Keep moving forward. Even when it's hard. Even when you don't see immediate results. Even when it seems like nothing is changing. Keep going. Because behind the scenes, the universe is working tirelessly in your favor. It's moving pieces. It's aligning people. It's preparing circumstances. It's orchestrating synchronicities. All so that, at the perfect moment, everything falls into place in such a beautiful way that it will take your breath away. And at that moment, when you are living your glorious future, you will look back at this very moment you are living now and say, it was worth it. Every tear was worth it. Every sleepless night was worth it. Every day of uncertainty was worth it, because it brought me here. So keep those words in your heart. You are not losing anything. God is replacing it with something greater. And that something greater is closer than you imagine. Keep trusting. Keep walking. Your glorious future is guaranteed. Libra, we've reached the end of this journey of revelations, but the beginning of your new life is just starting. Everything I've shared with you wasn't by chance. You were guided to this message because you needed to hear exactly this, at this precise moment in your life. The universe doesn't get the timing of its messages wrong. And now that you know the truth, that you understand you're not losing anything, but gaining everything, it's time for you to make a decision. Will you continue looking back, lamenting what's gone, stuck in the past? Or will you turn your face forward? Open your arms and receive everything that's coming? The choice is yours. But know that the universe has already made its choice. It has already decided to bless you. It has already prepared everything. It has already guaranteed your glorious future. Now it only depends on you to accept, trust, and walk in the right direction. Remember everything we've talked about here. Remember that the space is being created, that the losses are protections, that there is a divine pattern operating, that the signs are all around you, that the timing is perfect, that the right people are arriving, that the opportunities are open. You are being transformed from within. Abundance is being released, and your glorious future is already guaranteed. Keep these truths in your heart. Return to them whenever doubt strikes, whenever fear tries to paralyze you, whenever impatience wants to make you give up. Because these truths are the light that will guide you through any darkness. And now I want to ask you a very important question. Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to finally let go of what needs to be let go? Are you ready to take this step of faith towards the new? If your answer is yes, declare it now in the comments. Write, I am ready, I trust, I receive. Because when you declare, you activate. When you affirm, you manifest. When you believe, you create. And if this message touched your heart deeply, if you felt it was made especially for you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who also needs to hear this. Because when you share light, you multiply light. And the light you give always returns multiplied to you. And don't forget, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, subscribe now and activate the bell. Because the universe has many more messages for you, and you can't miss any of them. Each message arrives at the right time to guide you, strengthen you, and remind you of your greatness. And if you want to support this work, if these messages have made a difference in your life, consider becoming a channel member. Every bit of support allows us to continue bringing this light to millions of people. You are part of something much bigger than you imagine. Libra, I leave you with these final words. You are not losing anything. Absolutely nothing. You are gaining everything. Everything that is truly yours. Everything that has been prepared especially for you. Everything that will make your heart overflow with gratitude when it arrives. So take a deep breath. Dry those tears. Lift your head. and walk confidently towards your glorious future, because it's already guaranteed. It's already yours. It's already waiting for you. You just need to get there. And you will get there. I believe in you. The universe believes in you. And most importantly, you need to believe in yourself. Until the next message, and may divine light illuminate every step of your path.